Hey everyone, welcome back to Bikes and Briar. My name is Patrick. Today's video is a little overdue, but it's one I've really wanted to make. It's about a pipe maker whose work and whose story deserves to be heard and appreciated. In the world of artisan pipe making, there's a quiet resurgence happening, one shaped not just by tradition, but by pure passion. And at the heart of that movement is a craftsman who wears two very different hats, airline pilot and pipe maker. If you've been in the pipe world for a little while, chances are you've heard the name Kevin Foster or seen one of his creations posted by someone lucky enough to grab one. But behind those beautifully crafted pipes is a story that's just as compelling as the work itself. So today, I want to share a little bit of that story with you, his journey, a closer look at the 100th pipe he ever made, which I commissioned, and as a little bonus, show you my personal favorite, which just might be his best work yet. So let's get into it. Kevin was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but his path wasn't exactly linear. His dad worked as a salesman in the wine business, which took the family to Napa Valley, California. Not a bad place to grow up with California weather, surrounded by craftsmanship, vineyards, and a love for the finer things. After high school, Kevin returned to Atlanta to attend Georgia Tech, but as Kevin put it, he quickly realized he wasn't cut out to be a rocket scientist. Which is fine, because NASA isn't returning my calls either. While he was there, he did happen to pick up his first basket pipe and smoked it for about a year. After leaving Georgia Tech, he found the skies calling for him, so he transferred to an aeronautical university and trained as a professional airline pilot. Today, he flies wide-body jets to destinations across Europe and South America. Fast forward to 2020, when the world slowed down during the pandemic. Kevin found himself grounded and rediscovered the pipe. After upgrading from his basket pipe to picking up a Peterson bent brandy at his local brick and mortar, his curiosity deepened. He started reading about pipes and realized the only way to really explore what he was learning was to try making one himself. So he dove in. Like one does, he read up on everything he could and watched, you guess it, a bunch of YouTube videos. You know, the traditional education source these days. He started with a few kits from Mark Tinsky and quickly realized he needed tools and space. So he found a local makerspace, a community workshop inside a converted firehouse. Sounds like a really cool place. And that's where it all began. And by 2021, Kevin was quietly and methodically making pipes. During that time, he also attended a couple pipe making seminars led by the great pipe maker Jeff Graysick. And at his first couple of pipe shows, he connected with pipe makers like Grant Batson, Tyler Lane, and the legend himself, Nate King, who were all incredibly supportive and generous with their feedback, which is no surprise. What started as a hobby quickly spiraled into something a whole lot more. Kevin began shaping briar with intention, studying grain, refining proportions, and learning the subtle balance between stem and bowl. And with a lot of grit, focus, and persistence, Kevin Foster became more than a hobbyist. He became a craftsman. Now, I met Kevin at my very first pipe show in 2023 in Las Vegas. I was about, 7 months into the hobby, unsure how to even properly pack a bowl, let alone choose a good pipe. But when I came across Kevin's table, I was immediately struck. His work really stood out to me. Classic shapes, beautifully executed with depth, character, and warmth that just pulled you in. But it wasn't just the pipes. Kevin himself had a calm, humble presence about himself. No ego, just a quiet guy letting his work speak for itself. And it made an impression. So I walked the entire show floor first, which is what you're supposed to do, but I kept thinking about his table and this one particular pipe that I was interested in. When I finally circled back, the pipe was unfortunately gone. Lesson learned. If you're in Vegas and you see something you love, you better snatch it up, or it'll disappear faster than your wallet at a blackjack table. But you know what? Thankfully, there were still others there, and on that day, I bought my very first show pipe, a Foster Handmade Bulldog. And you know what? It wasn't just about the pipe. It was about what it represented. That first pipe, that first show pipe, but also the first connection, that first spark of something bigger. So I got this idea, and a few weeks later, I texted Kevin. He was a few pipes away from it reaching his 100th pipe, and I asked if I could commission it. You know, just casually insert myself into a major milestone like any normal, totally well-adjusted enthusiast would. By the way, this was my first and so far only commission ever. So when the time came, I gave no direction, because Kevin already had a vision for what his 100th pipe was going to be. It was going to be his first blowfish, or fugu in Japanese. I fully trusted him with the project and accepted what this important milestone pipe would be, and I just did my best to stay out of his way. You know, the blowfish is a legendary, difficult shape to make. It's born from the Japanese shokunin tradition, later embraced by Danish masters. It's a form that demands the pipe maker to listen to the wood, so to speak, not impose a shape, but coax it out. Achieving this shape is an accomplishment on its own. It's notoriously difficult to craft, requiring a keen eye for grain and meticulous line work. Kevin's successful execution on his first try speaks volumes about his growing mastery and dedication to fine pipe making. Enthusiasts and collectors alike will immediately sense the significance of this piece. It represents a pipe maker pushing his boundaries and achieving something truly special on his journey. Kevin chose select grade Tuscan briar and followed the grain, not forcing it. He let the pipe evolve naturally. And at the end of the shank, he added a really cool snakewood cap, a rich, subtle, luxurious detail with a lovely reddish tone and natural flecking that contrasts beautifully against the warm, honeyed briar. It's a detail that doesn't shout, but rewards those who look closely. The stem was hand cut from German ebonite, flowing effortlessly from the shank like a natural extension, giving the pipe a sense of movement like a blowfish poised to swim away. The only suggestion I made was the addition of a second colorful stem, a coral green option for a little flair for when the mood strikes. I think it suits the pipe really well. This wasn't just Kevin's 100th pipe, it was a leap forward, a challenge accepted, a new level reached. And when the box arrived and I opened it, I knew immediately this wasn't just pipe number 100. It was a statement about style, about confidence, and about growth. It's a stunning piece and I absolutely love it. And after receiving it, I promised Kevin that I'd make a video to commemorate this milestone. And yeah, it's taking me a little longer than planned. Meanwhile, Kevin's been extremely busy, already crafting his 200th pipe. Now, 100 pipes later, Kevin returned to the blowfish shape for pipe 200, this time with a whole new level of precision and control. Pipe 200 doesn't just mark another milestone, it reflects the confidence and identity he's developed as a pipe maker. The way he executed the facets of this pipe, especially from the back, it's so crisp, so geometric, almost like origami in briar. And that deep crimson stain it sings. It's poetic, really, coming full circle back to the shape that challenged him at pipe 100. Still, I have to say, I like mine a little bit better. Let's talk about the piece that truly stopped me in my tracks. Kevin's aviation-inspired turbofan pipe. Commissioned for his friend Todd, who's also a commercial pilot. This pipe is a stunning fusion of art and engineering. The shank design was inspired by, as Kevin stated, 1,000 walkarounds staring into the back of a JT-8D, referencing the Pratt & Whitney engines of the MD-80 airliner, likely from his many pre-flight inspections. The bowl's rim features carved fan blades radiating like an engine's intake, and the shank swells and tapers into a six-pointed scallop echoing the exhaust cone of a turbofan. Kevin didn't just carve a cool pipe, he managed to infuse the soul of a jet engine into a smoking instrument. It's just so cool. This isn't just clever design, it's emotional, it's bold, and it's badass. As both a pipe enthusiast and a fan of aviation, I'm simply in awe of what Kevin has achieved here. And honestly, after owning his 100th and seeing his 200th, and now this, in my opinion, I think the turbofan just might be his flagship creation so far. It's simply breathtaking. Flying may be Kevin's profession, but pipe making? I think that's his soul's creative work. In a world that moves fast, there's real value in something that asks you to slow down, to savor, to appreciate the process. Kevin isn't just making pipes. He's making heirlooms, pieces that hopefully you'll pass down. He's not chasing fame. He's quietly chasing mastery. And the people who know him will probably tell you he's humble, he listens, he learns, and he gives back. He loves the craft and the community, and it shows. And I'm proud to own a couple of his pipes. And I'm even prouder to know the guy behind them. If you haven't heard of Foster Handmade before this video, I hope this was a proper introduction. And if you have, well, you already know. If you'd like to see more of Kevin's work, or maybe even bring one of his pipes into your own rotation, check out his Instagram page at Foster Handmade, and now on the interwebs at fosterhandmade.com. And if you're headed to the Chicago show, make sure to stop by Kevin's table, where he'll be bringing pipe 200 and a table full of newly crafted pipes and stories. If you're lucky enough to stop by or see him at any other future shows, ask him about the first Fugu, or better yet, see where your own story begins. From pipe 1 to pipe 200 and beyond, Kevin, congratulations, my friend, and here's to the next 200. The pipe community is better because of what you bring to it. And here's to slowing down, lighting up, and celebrating craftsmanship wherever we find it. Thanks for watching.